Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. ESPN panelists predict Lakers to be #1 team to take a tumble this season. The Los Angeles Lakers were voted as the team most likely to take a tumble in the 2024-25 season, according to ESPN's panel of experts, receiving 43% of the first-place votes. When it comes to the team turmoil vote, the focus is on uncertainty on the floor, coaching staff and front office, ESPN staff wrote. This season's winner is the Los Angeles Lakers, who have a first-time coach in J.J. Redick, a superstar turning 40 in LeBron James, and plenty of questions on the court after a first-round exit in last season's playoffs. Based on the voting system used by ESPN, the Lakers received 53 points while the next closest teams to them were the Los Angeles Clippers, 25 points, Atlanta Hawks, 19 points, and Chicago Bulls, 19 points. It's a little surprising to see the Lakers ahead of the Clippers, who lost superstar wing Paul George in free agency. George signed with the Philadelphia 76ers, leaving the Clippers with a little less top-line talent behind Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. After making the Western Conference Finals in the 2022-23 season, the Lakers took a step back in the 2023-24 campaign, losing in the first round of the playoffs against the Denver Nuggets. For the second straight season, the Lakers earned the 7 seed by going through the play-in tournament, something they'd like to avoid altogether in the 2024-25 season. Redick, who has never coached at the NBA level but did have a lengthy career in the league, will be tasked with getting the most out of a rotation that could look pretty similar to last season. Los Angeles is hoping key players like Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt will be healthier than they were in the 2023-24 campaign, but as of now, James, Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Max Christie, Christian Wood, Cam Reddish and Jackson Hayes are all back from last season's team. The Lakers are hoping that first-round pick Dalton Knecht, one of the better shooters in the 2024 NBA draft, can help them space the floor around James and Davis this season. While these preseason projections certainly don't guarantee that the Lakers will struggle in the 2024-25 season, it is interesting to see how experts that cover the league view them ahead of training camp. James, Davis, and company will look to prove the doubters wrong when the 2024-25 regular season kicks off this fall. New details emerge in Lakers-Warriors trade talks for LeBron James. A new wrinkle emerged in the foiled Golden State Warriors trade pursuit of Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James at the trade deadline. According to Substack's NBA insider Mark Stein, it was James' powerful agent Rich Paul of Clutch Sports who nixed the talks before they even got past the exploratory stage. It is believed that the Lakers would have reluctantly entertained trade conversations with the Warriors before last February's trade deadline if James wanted them to seriously engage Golden State on a potential deal. Yet league sources say that the reported talks between the teams at the time never got that far, in large part because James' agent Rich Paul was adamantly opposed to the idea of James swapping Southern California for Northern California, Stein wrote. Paul was protective of James' image, according to Stein. Sources say Paul implored both teams to scrap the concept, despite some owner-to-owner dialogue between the Warriors' Joe Lacob and the Lakers' Jeannie Buss and Green's determination to lobby James to push for relocation to the Bay Area, largely because he wanted to insulate James from potential backlash over switching teams for the fourth time in his career, Stein wrote. James went on record, revealing the trade talks did not reach him until it was reported. The trade talks, didn't go far at all, James said on TNT's Inside the NBA broadcast on February 18. I actually heard about it when everybody else heard about it. Obviously, Charles Barkley has been in the league, Kenny Smith has been in the league, Shaq has been in the league, and sometimes there's conversations that happen behind closed doors that you don't even know about. The chemistry between James and longtime rival Stephen Curry, which led Team USA's gold medal run in the 2024 Paris Olympics, reignited social media and TV chatter about a dream scenario where they could play together in one NBA team as their careers wind up. Their two-man game with James as Curry's ball screen partner was Team USA's bread and butter in the Olympic Games' most crucial moments, including one of Curry's flurry of three-pointers in the gold medal match against host France. LeBron James signed a 2-year contract this past offseason, and with the 2-year contract, there's a player option there, Mark said on NBA Today on August 13. He has a player option. He can become a free agent once again next offseason and pick the team that he would want to go to. That comes with leaving $50 million on the table to go to a team like Golden State and join Steph Curry. I think the big thing is to keep an eye on maybe the summer of 2026. Steph Curry has 2 years left on his contract and has the ability to sign an extension. He, Curry, could become a free agent, also. Certainly, LeBron next offseason or, potentially, in the summer of 26, when both could be free agents. While a James Curry partnership is the Warriors' dream, it is expected to remain just like that, according to Stein. The strong play of Curry and LeBron James as U.S. Olympic teammates has inspired countless articles and TV segments in recent days about how great it would be to see them hook up as full-time NBA teammates, Stein wrote. The notion of James leaving the Lakers, however, has long been regarded as a long shot and is obviously even harder to imagine now than it was previously after the purple and gold drafted his son Bronny James in June with the number 55 overall pick and duly signed Bronny to a 4-year contract. Lakers' new coach J.J. Redick touted Bronny as test case number 1 for the team's new development program under his leadership. Coach Redick is already excited about putting a development plan around him to increase his basketball skills and turn them into the player that we think can impact and help this franchise, Rob Pelinka, Lakers vice president of basketball operations, told reporters after the 2024 NBA draft on June 27. It is unlikely to see LeBron leaving Bronny while his son is figuring out his place in the NBA. Lakers great issues harsh criticism of Luka Dončić. Despite leading the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals last season, Luka Dončić still has some prominent critics. Speaking this week on his Showtime podcast for CLNS Media, retired Los Angeles Lakers great Michael Cooper made some harsh comments about the Mavs star Dončić. Cooper was playing a game of start, bench, cut with his co-hosts, and Dončić's name came up at one point. During the segment, Cooper did not hold back on the Slovenian superstar. "Luka gives you that triple-double almost about every night, but he's too slow for me," said Cooper, per Lakers Nation. "If he wasn't a scorer, I would cut him. I give him credit for that. But to me, he's lazy. Doesn't hustle back on defense." For the 68-year-old Cooper, who will be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame later this year as part of the class of 2024, defense was his calling card. An 8-time All-Defensive selection as well as the NBA Defensive Player of the Year in 1987, Cooper was responsible for checking everybody in his era from Larry Bird to Isaiah Thomas. Thus, it makes sense that Cooper would regard defensive-minded players more highly. Dončić is not a defensive-minded player, and even his head coach on the Mavs acknowledged that during their finals run this year. But that may be in big part because of the enormous load that Dončić is required to carry on offense. He led the NBA in points last season with 33.9 per game and also in usage rate with 36%. The 5-time NBA All-Star Dončić, who does have the ability to lock in on certain defensive possessions, will be the first to admit that he is slow and not, traditionally, athletic. But when you consider how much Dončić toiled through physically just to be able to play last postseason, he is probably far beyond the point where he can truly be considered lazy. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Luka Dončić? Leave your opinion in the comments.